But welcome back for some more SWAC basketball here on the Bulldog Sports Network. I'm Reginald Reese here with play-by-play. Head Coach Van Pettaway with the color commentary. And like you said, you need the momentum. You know you're going to go to the playoffs and the SWAC tournament. You're going to be an 8 seed. You're going back to Texas. You're taking on Prairie View. They have celebrated winning the SWAC regular season title. So you need as much momentum as you can with Grambling and Jackson State on Saturday.
Right, and this is a very winnable game for us. In fact, the last time that we played Grambling back in January, EJ had a double-double, and that's one of the things, and that should have been about his 5th or 6th at that time, and then he sort of disappeared, and when I say disappeared, he has not been getting as many touches as he should. That's just my opinion. He's one of he's always going to be one of the bigger players on the floor, and I just think you have to use that size to your advantage. You put the ball down to him, even if he's not scoring, because what that does, that occupies the other team's center, gets him that center in foul trouble, and it helps your team when you can work on those post players on the other team, and you can do that by being very aggressive on the offensive end.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, we want to thank you for joining us here, not on a Friday or a Saturday or a Monday. It's a Thursday.
Yep.
We have a Thursday-Saturday doubleheader this weekend, and we're starting off with Grambling State here tonight, and GSU, they're coming into this game looking to maintain the momentum that they've been on. They're kind of in a dogfight right now in the middle of the pack with ASU and some other schools as well with 9-7 and 7-9 records with the 3, 4, and 5 seeds.
Right. Grambling has a very good team. They do have, in my opinion, the best point guard in the SWAC, in Ivory Smith. I've had an opportunity. I did his first SWAC game as a freshman. He has really grown and matured over the years. He's in the top 5 in scoring. He leads the SWAC in steals. He leads the SWAC in assists. So he's a great floor general, and he's the key to he's the engine that runs Grambling. So we got to be conscious of him. And Coach Howard is really keying in the latter part of the game because they always play through him.
Well, we'll see what will happen here this evening. And here comes Grambling on the attack after winning the tip, but it's a missed layup, but the putback dunk is in for Devontae Jackson, one of the leading scorers for the Tigers.
Right, and now that was 2 offensive rebounds that we just gave up, and that's one of the things that Coach Howard said. We had to win the battle of the glass, and then when you look on the other side, Coach Jackson said that his team needed to win the rebounding battle to have a chance and to force that Grambling, the Tigers needed to force A&M into turnovers, and he feels that that's part of his strategy of getting out of Elmore tonight.
Well, let's see if he can do just that, but they're taking on a very game A&M team who's coming into tonight 5-4 at home.
Right, but we've just got to play with a sense of urgency. We've got to have a mindset that we're going to get the basketball inside. I think we need to play through our bigs in order to get Grambling out of here.
And there's the foul right there.
And yeah, that's Johnson. He didn't have his feet set, and he kept retreating, and that caused him to foul on that play.
18:57 to go here in the first half. The opening tip of the game. Grambling up 2-0 right now, and at the free throw line, it's number 10, Prince Moss out of Bessemer, Alabama.
Right, and he's a 75% free throw shooter. And, coming out of Grambling, I remember when he transferred into Grambling, he sat out down there. And he's a big-time player coming out of Bessemer. And Coach Jackson is familiar with the state of Alabama because he coached for a number of years down at Stillman College before he got the Grambling job. So he's got plenty of ties in the state of Alabama.
Stillman College down in Tuscaloosa, Alabama. And here comes A&M, and there's Garrett Hicks, one of the scorers on this team with double-digit points at 10.5 a game. And Cameron Alford receiving the pass, putting up 13 tonight right now. Goes over to Williams.
Yeah, but we got to get the ball to E.J. Dodd on the block, not away from the basket. He's at his best when we got him in the paint.
Hicks stops. He'll drive inside, and he'll get the tough finish in traffic.
Right, he had to shoot that one now because the shot clock was going down.
Here comes Grambling with the three, and it's in from the corner. Cameron Kristen with the shot.
Right, and then he turned around and had something to say to the bench. He let them know, evidently the bench tried to bother his shot, but he let them know that, hey, you ain't getting nothing tonight but string music.
Here comes Alfred, and they're going to get him.
So that's 2 turnovers.
That's a personal on Cameron Alford, and already 2 fouls, like you said, to start this game.
Right, we can't turn the basketball over, and we can't get into foul trouble.
And here's the three from the top of the key. No good. Back iron and missed.
And see, we were standing around then. The ball should never hit the floor on a rebound. You got to go get the basketball. Grambling almost got that offensive rebound. And then they're sitting back in this 2-3 zone. Well, Coach Howard expected this. He said in the pregame that he knew that they were going to try to make them shoot over the top because that is not our strength. And here's another turnover.
And that was Cameron Tucker, who tried to find Garrett Hicks but put too much on the pass. So it'll hit the sidelines, and Grambling will get the ball right back. Grambling wearing yellow or gold with black. A&M wearing their alternate grays.
Yeah, the grays look good. I didn't get an opportunity. We never got an opportunity to wear the grays. They would not allow us to. I could even use it as a border.
And there's Williams with some good defense. He'll miss, rebounded by EJ. And here comes Cameron Alford in transition. He's going to drive inside, pulls up with the floater, and it's missed. Rebounded by Ivy Smith Jr. over the pass and the assist to number 11, Kelton Edwards.
And see, did you see him in the open floor? He made the right play, and that's Cameron going back hard against Grambling, and they blocked that out of bounds. But Ivy Smith, I told you, he's the best point guard. He sees the floor well, and he's been doing that since he was a freshman. So it doesn't surprise me anything that he does on the floor. I got a chance to holler at him right before the basketball game while the women's game was going on. But he's a good kid, and he's a good person, and I think that's why Coach Jackson likes him so much.
And there is Smith Jr. He's going to cross over, try to dish it down low, stolen by Hicks in transition, running full court, and they're going to stop and give it back to Brandon Miller, who just checked in, as Tucker gets the floater inside and gets 2 more points for the Bulldogs.
Yeah, Coach Jackson, before the game was talking, one of his concerns was us penetrating, putting the ball on the floor. He said that was one of the things that they were going to have to be conscious of. That's EJ with another rebound.
And there's E.J. Williams coming up the floor one more time, going to set the screen for Hicks. Hicks driving inside, pivots. Down low to Williams, posting up.
Good. This is what we need to see him do. See, you draw the foul. Even if he doesn't score, he needs to draw fouls. And that's a good, strong move. I just hope we don't go away from that. We need to continue doing that. So we need one of those assistants over there on that sideline need to keep reminding Coach, he needs to touch the ball. He needs to touch the ball.
EJ right now only a 49% free throw shooter at the line, but he'll make the first one.
Yep. Well, that's good. See, he doesn't get to the line enough, so he's not getting enough practice at it. Pound it in there to the big guy and let him get a rhythm at the free throw line.
EJ, the 6'10 center, out of Cincinnati, Ohio, a freshman. Getting a lot of playing time this year for Coach Howard's 2019-2020 Bulldog squad.
Yeah, he has great upside, and he wants to work, and we just got to work with him.
As Smith Jr. misses, here comes Miller running up the floor for the Bulldogs. Bulldogs down by 4 right now. Miller takes the screen, dishes it over to the corner, and Evan Wiley seating the floor for the first time as well.
Oh, they missed him. See, he posted real strong then, and we missed him. The pass should have been made from the top.
Wiley pumps over to Tucker. He has to put up a shot. He'll go up strong. Yeah. Gets the tough finish and the foul.
Right, he's in the restricted area. Coach Jackson is clapping, saying, yeah, that's the right play. His guy was in the restricted area. He was there in time, but he's in the restricted area. You can't draw that foul.
So after the foul, he'll go back to the free throw line So the Tigers now lead 9-7 right now over the Bulldogs. A very pivotal game to get some momentum, knowing you're going over to Texas in the next couple of days with the SWAC tournament getting closer and closer. Prairie View winning the regular season title, but the Bulldogs getting in as that 8 seed on the bubble.
Right, and you know you're playing Tuesday now, regardless of what happens tonight. But as a coach, I wouldn't want to make that long trip out there unless my guys were focused and ready to go. And you can become focused by, number one, getting some momentum here at home before you go back. Because a lot of times now when you play a team for the third time, Prairie View could be overlooking us. You know, and you can go out there and upset them. But if you don't have any momentum in these next 2 games, then it makes your job a whole lot tougher going out there.
That's right. The 2 Texas schools, Prairie View and Texas Southern, they are the furthest west of anyone in the SWAC right now. So, and with the tournament being in Birmingham, it's going to be a lot flying out there to Texas. And you are flying back home to the state of Alabama, but it's still going to be a lot. It's going to be a lot of traveling on you if you can upset Prairie View in Texas.
Right. That's why you were fighting during the regular season, so you wouldn't have to make that trip. Yeah, we brought Prairie View in here one year for the satellite, and we put them on our home floor. I think that's one of those games where I think we either beat them by 40 or 50. It was something like that. And that travel was just rough, man. And see, they are doing just what we're doing. We had just played them in the regular season, then they had to turn right around and come back for us. And we were ready out the gate, and we were able to take care of them. Tucker was able to put that one down, so it's 8-9. And now we're back in our man-to-man.
Grambling trying to find the open shot. Good defense inside from Cameron Tucker.
Yeah, good help side defense. That's what you're supposed to do. He was in great position there. And now with this out of bounds under the basket, you don't want him to score. Make him pitch the ball back toward the midcourt line. That'll give your defense a chance to set up.
The hop step. Hicks was there for the stop, and they got a foul on the court.
Yeah, they're going to get Hicks for a reach here.
And at the free throw line right now for the Tigers, it's number 4, Anthony Gaston out of Richmond, Virginia, senior, 6'4" guard.
Right, and he's a 77% free throw shooter. So, putting him on the free throw line is not going to be a good thing tonight. You know, we got to avoid putting them on the free throw line because most of them shoot free throws pretty well.
Well, as a team, despite that, they still shoot about 68 as a team.
Right. But
you still want to avoid having those key free throw shooters to go to the free throw line and sink too, like he just did right here.
Right.
Tucker inbounds it to Wiley, and he'll get it back himself off of the inbounds. Double team at half court from the Tigers. Trying to play some punishing defense, trying to play some press right now and trying to trap him at the half court line.
But see, as a coach, I've seen the pattern a while back in the SWAC. Teams have started trapping us in the half court. You go back to Southern, you look at what Prairie View did, you look at what Texas Southern did. They say and think that the way to get to us is to force us to turn the ball over, and they're doing that by pressuring us with traps and full court pressure.
And here comes the Tigers back with the basketball right now, and because of that, you got to think A&M might have to figure out a different way to approach teams later on down the line, especially knowing you have Prairie View coming up, like we keep mentioning. Maybe want to try to change the game plan just a little bit, change your style of play, because last time, a few games ago, back at home, they actually ran a up-tempo style that worked. That worked really well in their favor as they were able to put up around 80 points.
Right. I think Coach Howard and his staff, they'll get together and find out what went well against Prairie View, and then they'll use that to their advantage. And then you work on that's good defense by Ivory Smith. That's why he leads the SWAC in steals. And he dropped a dime, but he didn't get his change back. That was number 11 that time that did not. Edward Kelton did not do his job because Smith put it there for him.
And Hicks tried to feed the ball down low to Brandon Houston, but it'll bounce off the leg of Prince Moss of Grambling. So coming onto the court, we have Alford back on the court one more time with Brandon Miller and number 0 TJ Parham getting his first shot of action on the court right now. And here comes EJ Williams back on the floor as well, but Hicks will stay.
Wow, we're not good. Oh, good hustle, good team rebounding. We were able to get that one.
A&M maintaining their offensive possession. Feeds it down low to Parham. He's there in the paint. He'll bring it back up to three-point line, back to Alford.
Right, they were pushing EJ out of there.
The three from Hicks, and it's in for Garrett Hicks from deep. And it's now 11-11. The Bulldogs tie it back up.
Right, that's Hicks' second shot with the shot clock going down. So it seems as if he's one of the ones that's focused and ready to play tonight.
Here comes Grambling back on offense. Driving is Cunningham. The beautiful pass over. Find the open man from deep. That's Moss, but he'll miss. And Williams with another board for the day.
Right. EJ cleaning up that glass. That's what he's supposed to do. Heat check. That was a heat check for Hicks.
So here comes Cunningham one more time. Chicago, Illinois native. Three from the corner is no good, off the rim. Edwards tried to knock down another one, but he couldn't. So here comes Alford with the board himself, bringing the ball up the floor. Over to Miller.
Yeah, Coach is actually in the move the basketball. He doesn't want that ball to stick. He wants some ball movement. Good ball fake.
Alford with the jump shot, and he'll airball it out of bounds.
I don't know what happened on that one.
So Tucker will come back onto the floor.
Right, he's getting Hicks.
Trying to get him a breather right now.
So see, on the floor now, we got a good, fresh group on the floor. We need to turn up the defensive pressure. Because you can go all out, because the next dead ball, you're going to have a media timeout anyway.
Bunch picking up his own miss.
And here's the dead ball.
So getting his own rebound didn't really matter. He tossed it out of bounds by accident. So it's 11-11 here with our first break of the game. 11:46 to go in the first half. Coach, what do you like so far?
Well, I like the fact that we are playing a defense. What we've got to clean up is the glass. On that glass, we've got to do a better job of rebounding. We're giving Grambling too many second chance points and chances at it, because we're not doing a very good job on the offense, on the defensive rebounds. And that was one of the concerns for Coach coming into this game, being able to win the battle of the glass. So we've got to do that, and then we got to get out and run. We got to run on missed shots. We're not going to run on made baskets because our guards take it out. But we got to run on turnovers and missed shots. We got to get some easy baskets.
Bulldogs tied up at 11 right now with the Grambling State Tigers. We want to thank you for joining us here on the Bulldog Sports Network, covering all things AAMU athletics related with your Bulldog commentators, Reginald Reese and head coach Van Pettaway, here for this season. A&M right now clinching that 8th seed for the SWAC tournament, looking to get the momentum. They play Jackson State for senior night on Saturday. That should be a packed gym and a very emotional night for all the seniors on this team.
Yeah, you don't have that many. I think we just have two seniors that'll see do the senior walk, and that's a good number. That's not many people. So that means you got a great nucleus coming back. So you add a few more pieces to what they have, and the future looks bright.
Here's the three from Miller, no good by Brandon Miller.
Yeah, see, we've given Grambling 4 offensive rebounds already. You got to cut that. You can't do that.
Here comes Grambling moving the ball around, looking for the open man like they are right now. The crossover jump shot, no good by Cunningham, rebounded by Miller.
And the stat people must be asleep tonight. They only have us down for 1 turnover. We got at least 4 turnovers because Cameron had 2 turnovers, and then we had the long pass from the side over there. That's 3. So, and I know there's a 4th one out there somewhere. So somebody's going to sleep over there.
Bunch with the rebound. They'll dish it back inside, and they'll draw contact. That was Randolph.
And when Grambling got that offensive rebound and swung the basketball, we went to sleep up under there. And then EJ, he did the right thing. If you're going to foul, you make sure that they don't get an and one. And that's what he did. But, you know, he's so valuable. I would prefer him just giving up that basket because it's so early in the game.
Well, when you look at Grambling, they are actually the #1 team in block shots per game entering this contest. They put up about 4 a game right now.
Right. Yeah,
this season.
Yeah, they block 4 a game. They 3rd in assists. So, see, they share the basketball. But here's the key thing that you need to understand about Grambling. Grambling is the 1st in field goal percentage, which means that they do a pretty good job of shot selection. And so we've got to pressure them. And here goes, we gave up another offensive rebound. They came over Parham that time. And here's Grambling with the full court pressure.
On that man shot for GSU, that was Cameron Kristen.
Coach Jackson don't like that foul down because it's down here on out. You 95 feet away or 94 feet away, so you don't make a foul like that because there's nothing we can do to them on this end of the floor because our basket's on the other end.
So Wiley will come back into the game for the Bulldogs. So now we got Tucker, Alford, Miller, Wiley, and number 5, Jalen Johnson.
Right, he's going. Our timing is off. That's another turnover. Timing is off.
We'll see if A&M can rebound here on defense. Once again, thank you for joining us here on the Bulldog Sports Network. If you want to catch senior night, we're back with you yet again for Saturday at 6 o'clock for the Jackson State game, the final game of the season.
That's a walk. That's a walk.
And they're going to get him.
Yep.
Devontae Jackson with the travel. Tried to post up, but was moving a little bit too much without the basketball. Well, with the basketball, just not dribbling.
Good job by Miller breaking the pressure.
Wiley to Tucker, and he'll feed it back outside. Alford with the beautiful pump fake, driving inside to Tucker. GSU playing some good defense right now, trying to crowd him.
We got to catch and shoot.
Alford goes up, and he's blocked, and there's that shot blocking that we talked about from Grambling. Right. Going inside the Euro, and he'll get it to go with the layup in transition, Anthony Gaston.
Right. You think about how many times we had an opportunity to shoot the basketball, and all we did was the ball fake. And the ball movement is great, but if you're going to win a game, you got to score. And we got to be ready like that. You got to be, even if you don't hit that shot, you got to take that shot.
Wiley goes up, gets his own rebound, but misses.
Right.
But if you have the green light, you take it.
Yeah, that was a good shot by him, and then he followed up his own shot.
Jab step driving is Cunningham over the corner 3, but
good. We got a turnover on them.
I want to say he stepped out of bounds on the drive.
Right. And we're doing Grambling's taking his lead with Smith on the bench, and now here comes Ivory back in the game, the guy that makes them go.
Here comes Tucker bringing the ball up the court. Ivy Smith Jr. defending. Miller back to Tucker.
Yeah, Ivy Smith is giving these SWAC coaches a lot of fits over his 4 years.
One of the key reasons why Grambling has been so successful, along with the acquisition of head coach Dante Jackson just a few years back.
Correct.
The 3 from Miller, another air ball. Grambling in transition. They're going to give it back up to Smith Jr. of the Tigers. He's going to take the screen. He'll hesitate for a second, trying to find the open man. He'll just dish it back over to Jackson. Jackson tried to find the open man himself off the rim, but Grambling still maintaining possession.
Right, they're getting to the 50-50 balls, and we finally got forced another turnover. So that's 2 back-to-back turnovers, but we got to take advantage on the offensive end. You got your 2 stops. Now we need to score.
Wiley is going to set the screen for Hicks, and Hicks dish it over to Tucker. Back to Hicks. Wiley from the 3-point line in the corner. No good. Rebounded by Jackson.
Yep. Jackson is one of their top rebounders, and you see why he goes after it. We got wholesale substitutions, though, the next dead ball. We've got 3 players. Grambling's got 3 players that are going to get in the game on the next dead ball, and that's also going to be a media timeout.
Johnson defending. Back up to the 3-point line. Here's Smith Jr. Crossover.
Whoa. Got the foul on Johnson.
He had Jalen jumping a little bit there, and is that some of the fits you talked about?
He had him on skates. Yeah. He had him on skates out there, and then that's what Ivory's done to everybody. It's not just Johnson. He's done that to the SWAC his entire career. He's always been a very savvy ball handler, and he gets down on the ball. He doesn't make very many mistakes, but if I'm correct, now I think he already has 2 turnovers in the game tonight, and that's not his MO. He normally does a very good job of taking care of the basketball.
He has 1 turnover here from what we got.
But we must have some new people on the table over there because I think they still have, unless they updated, they didn't have Cameron down for his turnovers.
7:18 to go in the first half. Grambling versus Alabama A&M. Tournament time is almost upon us, Coach. So we might, allude to some things that you've done over the course of this game to get your teams ready for the postseason. So as a coach, what is one of the key things you look for when you know that, okay, tournament time is coming up, it's time to push for a championship?
Effort. Who's providing the effort? Who's giving the effort? Who is not looking for the season to be over with? Those are the people you need to be playing. Those are the people that I would be looking at. Who's giving me effort in practice? If you're giving me effort in practice, I'm going to see if you can translate that over to the game. If you can do it in the game, then you're going to stay on the floor. And that's what we got to have. We got to find 5 people that are giving maximum effort in order for us to win these basketball games. And that's our job for the remaining 7-8 team of this first half.
Inbounding is Smith Jr. Gets it in. So number 24, that was Trayvon Bunch, who leads his team in blocks at 1.7 a night. And the 3 is good for Cameron Kristen out of Allen, Texas.
Right, he's 2 for 2 from the 3, so we got to start leaning his way. And then Grambling's back in this zone again. They're going to force us to shoot from the perimeter.
And let's see what the call is from the ref.
I bet you it's a foul. They're trying to stop EJ from posting up.
And they're going to get the 7-1 center with that foul,
right.
Trayvon Bunch.
And that's what I'm telling you. EJ does not have to score every trip down the floor, but he has to be a factor. We got to look in there, make that defense work hard on the defensive end so that they don't have all that pep on the offensive end.
E.J. Williams dishes it over. Good pass. Tucker nearly got blocked, almost tipped in. Williams there for the rebound and the putback.
Good work. Good board work by E.J. Now, this kid, to me, I thought he could do this. He could have been doing this all year, but his minutes have dwindled. And I'm not in practice every day, so I don't know what that's about. But I do know as a coach, you have to go by feel, and if they feel like he's not putting it out in practice, that could be the reason why he's not getting the time in the game. I don't know. I'm not at practice.
Alford, he'll stop, passes it over to Hicks. I thought he was going to shoot, but he'll pass it up to Tucker. Williams posting up again, going down low.
Yeah, but he needs to be on the other side of the block.
Goes up strong, but.
Right. See, his strength is being from that other block because he's left-handed.
Right, okay.
Yeah, you go into his power. When he's got his back to the basket on that side, that's not his power side.
19-13, Tigers leading by 6 right now.
And see, this is another low-scoring game for us, and we get in trouble when we score like that, when we don't score the basketball. We're not this is.
And it's another miss.
Right. Half-court basketball is just, I just have a problem with it because the game to me is easy to teach. It's easy for the kids to play if you play with pace.
Right.
Yep. And I think the kids have more fun when you're playing with pace.
Well, Grambling this season, they're averaging 72 points per game on offense. So you're holding them to 19 right now. That's well below their season average.
Yeah, but we only have 13.
Yeah.
And so we're a long way from the 60-something that we score a game. And what I'm saying is when you have a slow-paced game like this, a lot of times it drains their effort, man.
Right.
You got to do something on the defensive end or on the offensive end to try to speed the tempo of the game up so that your kids will become more engaged.
Grambling looking to put some more points on the board. A&M right now playing some good defense, trying to keep them from going inside. Looking to go into the paint, but stolen by Tucker for the Bulldogs. Here we go in transition.
Tuck all the way to the glass. That's great.
And he'll get the finish in traffic. That was Cameron Tucker out of Birmingham, Alabama.
Yep. Tucker was a great player in high school, and that's the type of play that he would make all game long when he was in high school.
The three from the corner, no good, and here comes Tucker once again, but Alford took a slip, but he's back up on his feet.
Right. And that was a good thing because they were trying to trap Tucker on that sideline over there.
Grambling right now leading by 4, but the Bulldogs, they've stayed in this game ever since the opening tip, but they got to get some more offensive consistency. And here comes Brandon Miller checking into the game for Cameron Tucker.
Okay.
So let's see what he'll do here with Miller on the floor in place of Tucker. Screen set from EJ, but he'll come off of it. He's not going to set it. They'll bring him back one more time. And doesn't take it.
And, Tucker's your best assist man. He's the guy that leads the team in assists. So I guess what coach is trying to do is get another score on the floor right now.
94 assists on the season, easily leading everybody else in the assist category.
Mm-hmm. He's the guy that's setting the table for the rest of them.
Hicks tried to set up Parham. He won't take it. Over to Miller. Offer's going to drive inside, trying to post up. He'll turn around. Forces up a shot the last second.
Yeah, he had to. The shot clock was going down on that one. Yep, the shot clock was going on. So, people that might see that say that's a forced shot. No, he had to get the ball up to the rim. And it almost worked for us because it almost hit the rim, and we almost came up with it. We did come up with the offensive rebound, just that the ball came up a little short.
19-15, the Bulldogs and the Tigers battling it out here at Elmore Gymnasium. 3:53 to go in the first half. Ladies and gentlemen, we want to thank you for joining us for Thursday night SWAC basketball here on the Bulldog Sports Network. So, Coach, postseason, I'm going to come back to you one more time. Was the way that you played, fast-paced, up-tempo, trying to run up and down the floor like you said back when you coached, how effective was it in the postseason? How would they try to adjust to your play style in the postseason?
They weren't going to adjust to it because we tried to force our will on people. If that's what you do, then that's what you work on every day. And you force your will on people. We ran on made baskets. We ran on turnovers. And then we ran, if you scored on us, I wanted my team to score on the other end right away. We're not going to set up and run no doggone play. We got lane assignments. We ran controlled breaks. So whatever break we were in, you got to get down the floor. You got to fill your lane and let's score the basketball. We had a game where they put the clock on us. We were taking a shot every 9 seconds.
Wow.
Yep. So that's Van Pettaway. That's the way I like playing the game. They say, well, why you press so much? Because I want the ball back.
There you go.
I want to make them turn it over. I want the ball back in our hands because I want to put some offense on the board.
Here come the Tigers one more time. Let's see what the Bulldogs will do here on defense right now. Driving inside, and the alley-oop, no good. Great defense from Williams there.
God, they're going to get EJ. Oh, no. No. Yeah, they got Parham on that one. Yep, we didn't need EJ's having a good game. We don't need him to pick up another foul.
EJ Williams so far here tonight, 3 points with 6 total rebounds, cleaning the glass right now for us here tonight.
Right, and then he's drawn fouls. EJ has drawn about 3 fouls already.
Pump fake from Moss. Gets stopped in the lane, can't get his own rebound, and it's picked up by Williams one more time.
Yep. See, EJ is he's in the groove tonight, and I think it's because he's getting, consecutive minutes. At this point, he's already played 11 minutes. Sometimes that's a whole game for him, 11 minutes.
Right.
Yep.
Here comes Alford one more time, putting up 13 tonight for the Bulldogs. There's Hicks inside, and it's ripped away from him by Cunningham. Going inside in transition, misses the layup.
So they're going to get Grambling over the back. Yeah, they're going to get number 12 for that. That's over the back.
And that's Kristen again. And that's his second foul of the night.
Yeah, with 2 minutes to go, Coach Jackson will probably take him out. Or if he doesn't, they're in a zone, but I'd still attacking. I try to pick up that other quick foul because one or two things is going to happen. He's either going to play defense or he's not, because he don't want to get that third foul, and you might be able to get a cheap basket. But we're on the opposite side of the floor. He's on the left side, and we're attacking on the right side.
2:33 to go in the first half. Parham goes up strong, and he'll get the finish inside.
Good move by Parham.
TJ Parham, a grad transfer, also from Chicago, Illinois, for this Bulldog roster.
Shot-town.
6'7" weighing in at 210 pounds. And a 71% free throw shooter as well.
Right, so there's a good chance that we can capitalize on this. 3-point play the old-fashioned way.
Free throws up. And it's good for Parham. So now 19-18.
Right, so right now, the right people for us are touching the basketball. They're getting touches in the right spots. We got to continue that. But you don't let Grambling get a spurt in these last 2:15.
Bunch posting up on Brandon Houston.
Yeah, they're going to get Brandon for that arm bar.
Brandon Houston, also from Birmingham, Alabama, with Cameron Tucker. And at the free throw line is Trayvon Bunch, coming out of Racine, Wisconsin, 7'1" senior.
Yeah, Coach Jackson goes all over to get his players. He doesn't matter. If he's got a connection, he's going. He's always done a great job recruiting.
Just over 2 left to play in this game. Speaking of recruiting, you want to talk about going far. Smith Jr., he's from Tacoma, Washington.
Yeah, but you look at, you talking about Smith. Ivy
Smith Jr.
Yeah, right, yeah, that's what I'm saying. He passed over a lot of states to get down to Grambling. When I first interviewed him, that was my thing. I'm like, man, how does a kid find out about Grambling way out there from where you from? And it was a connection. It was a connection. And he loves his decision. His decision to come down to Grambling.
Bulldogs maintaining possession. There's Houston at the left side, back over to Garrett Hicks. And Hicks tried to take the screen, but he'll pass up on it. About a minute and a half to go in the half. The jump shot from Hicks, it's good, nothing but net.
Yep, good shot by Garrett. Now we're trying to apply a little full court pressure.
And there's Smith Jr., the Washington native, gets the pass off. Looking for the open shot. Bulldogs playing some good defense right now. Hicks with some tough defense on Gaston. Jr. trying to find the shot. Shot clock winding down. What will he do?
Yep, Ivy knows it. He's going to get that thing up in there. Yep, scores at the buzzer.
Somehow, some way, got it to go in.
Yep.
50 seconds to play in the game, and it's a foul one more time on the court.
Yeah, I think they're gonna get Hicks for that. Yep, Garrett could be going to the line.
And he will be at the free throw line, and so far putting up 78% from the free throw line.
That's a good percentage. Now, if you shoot that well from the line, you need to get there more. That's the only thing.
Garrett Hicks also the best three-point shooter on this team, putting up 41, making 41 threes, shooting about 30% from the floor from three-point land.
Right, but see, he's only gone to the line 60 times. If you shoot that greater percentage, you got to go to they got to find ways of going to the line. And he said, well, forget that, coach. I'm going to jack this three. And that was a good shot.
And the dunk in transition by Prince Moss.
Yeah, he stretched out on that. The fans were trying to say travel, but when you go on full speed, that's not a travel. The ref is not going to call that.
Moss, the Bessemer native, coming back home to Alabama, trying to put on a show.
Right, I guarantee he got some people in the stands over there because, Bessemer's only about an hour, 20 minutes from here.
Tucker over to Miller, puts up the jump shot, and it's in from the right side, and that shot will close it out as the half-court heave misses entirely. So 22-23, playing really well on defense against Grambling State, but you got to get some more offensive consistency. They've been doing that in the latter stages. But still, they'd rather be up than down going into halftime.
Well, yeah, that's true. But Coach knows that his team has played some defense. They've turned Grambling over, even though these stats aren't showing it. But they've turned Grambling over a little bit, and we got to continue to pressure Grambling, the Tigers. And what we've got to do on the offensive end, we've got to find an offensive rhythm. We got to find an offensive rhythm on the offensive end.
But you can't allow dunks like that in transition as well. I was looking at the pregame warm-ups, and they're over there just leaping and dunking, and you can see the energy off their faces with Grambling. And you got to think as A&M, you got to get that momentum away from them as much as possible. They know they can score with the best of them, putting up 70 a night. You got to keep them as grounded as possible.
Well, yeah, that's true. That's why you can't turn the ball over. That's why you got to make sure that you're taking good shots. And when I say good shots, you got to make sure that you got floor balance so you don't get the run-outs like that. But, that's only a couple of baskets, so we're still in good shape. We're only down by one. You playing at home, so you got to take advantage of being at home coming out in the second half.
That's right, ladies and gentlemen. You heard it here first. But we'll get back with you for the second half of play. Alabama A&M versus Grambling. It is 23-22 here at halftime. A low-scoring affair. We'll see who can win this battle in this defensive match right now.
Right. I think for us, we've got to come out, keep up the defensive pressure, but at the same time, we've got to find one or two players that we can count on the offensive end.
And we'll find out in the next 12 and a half minutes. We're back with you in just a little bit here on the Bulldog Sports Network. Now we have Tucker and Hicks leading us in scoring at 7 apiece for our Bulldogs, and let's see what they can do here to kick off the second half. Here's Alford over to Tucker. Tucker's going to go inside, puts up the floater. No good. Rebounded by Johnson, and he threw it in the hands of Edwards.
He was falling out of bounds. He got that rebound off balance, and he had no way to go, and he just tried to make a play. But Grambling's sitting back in that zone and making it difficult for us right now.
Grambling trying to get some offensive consistency themselves. That is number 25, Devontae Jackson, with the turnaround fadeaway to go.
And see, that's a mismatch when he's moving like that. EJ doesn't have the foot speed to stay with it. Now in the paint, EJ has an advantage, but if you move him off that block, that's in Jackson's advantage, in his favor.
Alford trying to go inside, gets it over to Johnson. Johnson trying to post up. He will. Backs him in. Alford from deep. No good. Rebounded by Tucker. Forces the pump fake. No foul. Johnson's there for the rebound, and A&M trying to keep possession, and they will.
Right. Good job on the offensive glass. Got 2 rebounds then, and now we got an opportunity to reset.
Tucker sends across court to Alford. Alford double-teamed. They'll get it down to Johnson.
Good penetration.
And he'll draw the foul.
Right. Think they're going to get number 21 on that play. The referee was looking. He got knocked down, too. Oh, they calling number 1.
They're going to get Smith Jr. with the foul. At the free throw line is Jalen Johnson.
Wow.
Jalen Johnson, number 5, coming out of Indianapolis, Indiana, 6'8" forward, weighing in at 205, a freshman.
Right, and he's one of those energy guys. He see, when you look at the makeup of this team, they got some energy players, and those are the guys. I love players like that. That you're gonna get the effort from it. They may make mistakes, but as long as they're making the mistake, going 100 or giving 100%, then as a coach you can live with that.
Going up strong was number 12, and they'll put it through. That was Kristen again. We've been calling his name quite often here this evening.
Right, and Christian Tubman stayed down on the ground. You saw after he scored, he came back down the floor doing the low sign. Stay down, you can't handle me. So now that's a sign of them getting some confidence now. So we need to break that.
27-22, Grambling right now, leading by 5. Tucker with the ball right now, leading this team in assists. And that was Kristen's 10 points. That's his 10th point for him. He's in double figures for the Tigers.
Right. Right now, we're still trying to figure out the best way to attack this zone.
Tucker trying to find the open man. He'll get over to Johnson for the mid-range J. It is off the front rim.
Right. We're getting into the open spots. We're not putting the shots down, and Grambling's doing a good job of taking the three-point shots away from us. We're getting a good ball movement on the perimeter, but we're just not putting the shots down.
Evers with the ball right now, back to Junior. He'll put up a 3, and he'll knock it down. And it's now 30-22.
Yeah, now, if he starts that now, if he starts shooting a 3 and we got to come up and play him on the 3, that opens the floor up for his driving ability, and he can go to the basket better or harder than anybody in here.
Tucker
good
to
high
Williams.
Low, good high low.
Good pass and the foul.
Yeah, good high low. Good pass by EJ against the zone, and he passed down high low. Now Johnson's got to go to the line and try to put down some free throws.
And he's once again back at the free throw line, shooting 58% from the free throw line this year. He's attempted 63 free throws, knocked down 37 of them. (32-22) right now, 16:58 to go in this game. And the races to finalize those seedings have not been finished just yet, with 2 more days of basketball left to play, with tonight and Saturday. SWAC tournament starting up next Tuesday. The top 4 seeds will host the bottom 4 seeds.
Yep.
And that is a foul against Alabama A&M, and that'll send to the free throw line number 11, Kelton Edwards, coming out of Dallas, Texas. 6'6" guard, a junior. Free throws up. The free throw is no good.
I think that's Cameron's 3rd foul, so Coach is going to have to take him out now. A lot of time left in the game, and then he's taking Johnson out because if you'd have scored on the opportunities that he's had, then this game would be a little closer.
Second one's up and good, so it's now 31-23. On the court right now for the Bulldogs is Tucker, Miller, Hicks, Williams, and Parham. That's the 5 on the floor for Alabama A&M, and here comes Miller with the ball. And there's Williams posting up one more time. Let's see, over to Hicks. Hicks waiting patiently. Here comes Williams now, down low.
Good pass, EJ. First of all, it was a good catch. First part of the play, that was a difficult pass. EJ handled it with good soft hands, and then he made a good pass to his teammate.
And the league is cut down just a little bit tighter. It's now 31-25. 6-point game in the past. Almost goes out of bounds. GSU's there to save it. Tucker with some quick hands on defense.
Good play.
And Miller with the easy layup in transition.
Right. The defensive pressure turns up. You turn up the defensive pressure, you get an easy layup.
Here comes Grambling one more time, just passing the half-court line. Let's see what Ivy Smith Jr. will do. Dishes it over. Jackson sets the screen. Grambling trying to move the ball around. Smith Jr. with the three made in this game. Crossover, hesitates.
Oh, they're going to get him for cupping the ball, and Coach Jackson was right there. I was right in front of him. He didn't see it, but he'll talk about that during his media timeout.
So with this media timeout, 31-27, 15:28 to go in the ball game. So Coach, A&M, they're kind of getting something going, but Grambling coming out the gate right now, making pretty much all their shots.
Right, but see, we've turned up the defensive pressure, so that's what you got to do. You create some pressure on the defensive end, and you end up getting some easy baskets, like we got the breakaway with Miller. So we just got to continue to do that.
This year's SWAC tournament, sponsored by Cricket Wireless. It is down in Birmingham, Alabama, the semifinals and the championship game for both the men's and women's down in Birmingham, Alabama. Our Lady Bulldogs in the driver's seat with a top 4 seed to host the first round game next Tuesday. And Coach Rich is looking really good with our girls right now.
Right, she and the staff are doing an outstanding job, and I know she's looking forward to hosting the game. So no matter what happens on Saturday, she knows she's going to host one of the games. Her position could change. Right now we're in 4th place.
Right.
She could move up to 3rd. So, and then if you move up to 3rd, you get away from the number 1 seed. You
right.
have to play them to the championship game. So I know that would have to be one of her goals, because if not, if you win your game Tuesday, you'll see that number 1 seed in the semifinals.
Right. Right now they're set up to take on Prairie View in that opening round on Tuesday, so we'll see if anything changes up in the next couple of days.
Right, 4 plays 5, so Prairie View would have to be making that long trek to Huntsville.
That's right.
So that should go in our favor in terms of our ladies being at home and familiar surroundings, sleeping in their own beds and that kind of thing. But on the men's side, we already know that we will be traveling. What we need to do is travel with some momentum.
Down by 4 right now. Let's see if the Bulldogs can get some momentum here in this game.
See, EJ working hard in there, too. Now with the shot clock going down, he's got to come up and set that high ball screen. That's Parham, good move on the baseline.
This is the jumper, but gets his own board, going up strong, and resets the shot clock.
Whoa, they missed EJ again.
Good pump by Parham. Ball sails out of bounds. They're going to say Grambling will get the ball.
Yeah. Parham knocked that one out. He tried to make the power dribble, and the ball got away from him. But that was an opportunity for us to get the ball inside. We missed EJ then on the pass from the top.
31-27. And here comes Brandon Miller in scoring right now. He's past 5 points right now, so he's inching his way up for the team scoring individually this game right now.
So EJ's got to back up, so he's too far away. Okay, good. He did a good job. He got his foot over there on the sideline. He forced the offensive player to step on the baseline. And that was 25 for Grambling doing that. That was Devontae Jackson. He stepped on the baseline. And it's the most minutes I've seen EJ play in quite some time. and look at the game now. We're in this game because he's on the floor.
As Garrett Hicks gets the layup inside to go. It's now 31-29. Speaking of E.J. Williams, he has 3 points right now. He does have a foul, but he has 8 total rebounds with the assist as well. So he's filling up the stat sheet right now.
Right, and then the other thing that he's doing, he's drawing fouls on Grambling, and that's what you want. See, the average fan is say, "Oh, he's not scoring." He doesn't need to score every time. But you need him to be a threat, an offensive threat, so that he can draw fouls. Now with EJ laying on Jackson, he's getting them tired.
Right.
Because those guys are down there wrestling with him, trying to get him out of the paint, and that's what you got to have. So if they're tired of going up against him, they can't score against him on the offensive end.
And EJ, he's at 270, so he's a big boy down low, standing at 6'10" as well.
Good defensive job then. Great defensive job.
31-29. Williams sets the screen. Tucker goes over. Parham from deep. No good.
Now, Parham shot that, but I'm just going to say it again. EJ was open.
That's right.
They could have passed that in to EJ. He was 2 feet from the basket. See, they don't look enough for him, but that might be by design, so I probably need to just be quiet because I don't know what their philosophy is when it comes to him shaping up and getting open. But I know if I had a kid like that, if he worked that hard to get open, I would want them to get him the basketball.
Well, they now have Trevon Bunch on him right now, the 7-1 center for Grambling, so we'll see how that will affect if if Williams can get the ball or not on this set. As Bunch gets open, and he'll get the dunk inside.
Right, but because we didn't have our defensive rotation down. EJ came over to help. Parham didn't come down fast enough. He came, but he was late.
Bunch trying to put a 7-1 frame on EJ Williams.
But if EJ gets him on his hip, there's nothing that kid can do.
Let's see what they'll do right here on this possession. Down by 4. Going inside was Hicks. He'll hesitate. Over to Parham. Shot clock winding down one more time. Tucker, pump fake over Miller from deep, fading a bit. Rebounded by Parham, but
they're going to get the foul on number 12. Yep, they're going to get number 12, and that's going to be Cameron Christian. There's a lot of cameras out here on this floor today on both teams.
Yes, sir. As Brandon Houston will check into the game in place of E.J. Williams.
See, now, E.J. played big. He played like he's 16 because he occupied a lot of space, and he caused Grambling to put forth a lot of effort to get him out that paint.
And there's Garrett Hicks with the ball.
Calling for the ball screen.
He'll take it off the screen. He'll knock it down from deep. And Garrett Hicks with another 3 in this game. 32-33.
Yep, we're right here. All we got to do now is have a stop. And see Smith Jr. slowing this thing down. He wants to make sure they got the right play call.
Let's see what Smith Jr. will do as he'll try to
come off that high ball screen. Yep.
Try to come off of it. The crossover, the dish, the corner 3, no good. And they're going to, let's see what the refs say.
30, that's Brandon. They got Houston that time.
Brandon Houston, 6'7" forward. He's 260. He's a load himself as well.
Right, I thought he did a good job of boxing out. I'm not sure what the officials saw. I'm too far from that spot on the floor, but we had a defensive breakdown. They got the ball inside.
Great defense again, but still gets the shot up regardless. Was Edwards.
Yeah, but we had a defensive breakdown. That's how the cutter was able to get to the basket. You never allow a cutter to come down the middle of the floor. You send him out to the outside.
Here's Tucker with the step. He's going to get it back over to Hicks. Tucker again trying to find the open man. There's Miller. Shot clock at 10 seconds again, winding down. There's Houston.
BJ, good pass, BJ.
And it's a big block by Grambling.
Yep. Right play, right pass by BJ. Better defense by Grambling.
Once again, this team leads the conference in blocks per game, and the alley-oop is good to the 7-1 center, Bunch.
Right, and see, Bunch and Smith can do that all day long. If you don't keep your body on it.
37-32. Over 11 minutes to play in this contest. And Houston's going to set the screen for Hicks. Hicks comes off. Good pass to Parham.
Yeah, he's in a bad spot on that baseline, though. And that's why you had the turnover.
Now Smith Jr. gets the steal and the bucket in transition.
Right. Parham picked his dribble up on the baseline. You can't do that.
Let's see what Miller's going to call out here for the offense. Houston's going to set the screen. Miller's going to drive. He's going to pass it out. And there's Tucker. Houston's trying to post up.
I think this was a one-point game when EJ went off the floor.
Right. But Hicks knocks down another three, so it's now 39-35. So he might be heating up himself as well.
Right. If he's heating up, let's find him. Let's do a heat check. Let's see if he's really on. Then if he's on, let's feed him the basketball. That was one of the things that I embedded in my team. Hey, every night is not going to be your night. If your teammate is on, let's get him the basketball.
Right.
That's called team basketball, unselfish basketball when you do that.
And Hicks right now has 12 points on the night, 5 of 9 from the field, so he's shooting pretty efficient right now.
Right. We need to be looking for more offense from him, but his teammates, because we're in this dribble drive, they got to look for him.
Right.
Yep. But I would have had screens set for him to free him up to get his shot off. He wouldn't have to create his shot. I would set screens. If he comes off of the screen, let's get him the basketball.
Let's see if Coach Howard can do just that for this man right now. He's heating up just a bit with 12 points. Like you said, let's get the heat check going. Let's see if he's really going to go off for a pretty big night here at Elmore. 10:25 to go in the second half. 39-35. Grambling averaging 72 points per game, scoring well below their average, but A&M's offense has been up and down at times. They're trying to find that consistency.
Right. We got to become more consistent on the offensive end.
And there's E.J. Williams back on the floor.
Yep, we need the big guy on the floor. He's played an outstanding game. He's not in foul trouble. Let's ride him.
On the court for the Bulldogs, we got Hicks, Miller, Parham, Alford, and E.J. Williams down low in the paint.
Well, I guarantee you Bunch won't be flying now because if E.J. puts his body on him, he's not going to fly. He's going to go into that floor.
There's that matchup right there as well. Keep forcing him out the paint pretty much. Going inside is Smith Jr., and he'll get the layup untouched.
Right. What they're doing, they're bringing Bunch up to set the ball screen, which brings E.J. away from the basket. And then Smith, with his quickness, he could beat E.J. back to the basket.
And there he is posting up, finds Parham, open jump shot. Parham, it's in.
When you go inside out, good things happen.
Parham now with 5 tonight for the Bulldogs.
And he's being assisted by other people. His points came because his team.
Wow.
And that's Parham giving up that back door.
43-37, and Prince Moss, he is showing out. That's his second dunk of the night.
Yeah, you got to institute the no dunk rule. That has to be put into play. We don't give up dunks in here. They got to put it in. They got to put the rule in.
Here's Hicks with the floater, almost blocked by Bunch.
Right, Bunch made him change that. Oh, that's going to be Alford's 4th foul. I thought he did a good job of getting back.
And Grambling right now.
3rd, okay.
Okay.
We'll see them.
43-37, Bulldogs down by 6 right now. At the free throw line is Prince Moss. Like we said, Alabama native back home trying to show out. He has 2 dunks here tonight. And he was just flying just now on the last possession for Grambling, and he'll make the first free throw.
I want to say, I remember this kid. I think he played at midfield. I think that's where he played his high school basketball. But he was a good player coming out of the state his senior year. And like I said, Coach Smith's relationship with those coaches down there, he was able to convince him to come to Grambling and sit out. He sat out at Grambling.
Wow.
Yep. Because I got a chance to meet him when I interviewed the coach at his practice. He brought over the players from Alabama just to see if they knew who I was. A lot of kids did know me from being up here at A&M.
As Moss knocks down both free throws. Redshirt junior. And there's Tucker with Cunningham defending.
So we coming with the high ball screen too, which will bring Bunch away from. Now, see, he's got him sealed, Good play. Now play off of him. Good job, EJ.
On the foul.
That's all you have to do.
EJ Williams back at the free throw line. So far tonight, 1 for 2 from the line. So this is just his second trip.
Yeah, but he's drawn more fouls though. He's drawn a lot of fouls now. It just they weren't shooting fouls. See, he drew fouls by trying to get position on the floor.
Free throws up and it's no good by Williams. And here's the second free throw attempt. 8:34 to go in the game.
Still in the game, but we got to put some free throws down and some shots down, and then we got to have some string together some defensive stops.
45-38. 8:32 to go in this game. Bringing up the ball right now is Travell Cunningham of Grambling. He's going to feed it down low. There's Jackson posting up on Wiley.
Yeah, he beat Wiley down. He knocked him back a foot every time he took a power dribble.
They're going to inbound it from the baseline.
Right, but they're taking Wiley out. That's not a good matchup. He's going with Johnson, who's a little bit stronger, a little bit bigger than Wiley.
Reps trying to get them to separate just a little bit.
Because Johnson came on the floor and trying to take that spot away from him.
Here's Smith Jr. gets it over cross court. Prince Moss jump shot, no good, and there's the rebound by Bunch.
Yeah, that rebound came out long, so it went over EJ's head.
Screen set from Bunch. Smith Jr. got him jumping just a little bit, but stolen away by Garrett Hicks in transition. Gets the layup to go.
Yep. I thought Garrett was going to punch that one. I've seen him punch that, especially in half court now. He'll come down the middle and he'll punch it home.
45-40. Bulldogs down by 2 possessions right now.
That's the hook down. Oh, they got it. Yeah, I saw the hook from here. That was Devontae Jackson with the hook. And that's going to be the last play before this under 8 timeout.
7:35 to go in the game. Bulldogs down by 5 right now, Coach. So let's take a look back at what would you consider to be, when you looked at the postseason, what team did you meet the most in the postseason? Would you recall?
It was different times. I guess the one I remember, our SWAC championship was against our rival, Alabama State.
Wow.
We met Alabama State. Back then, you was playing the championship game on a Sunday, which was a joke. Because, no, I'm serious. You play Sunday afternoon. At 6 o'clock, they got the selection show. At 8 o'clock the next morning, we were on a plane. We didn't have an opportunity to celebrate our championship. We were on a plane to Dayton. We playing at the first 4. Back then, it was called a play-in game. So I didn't have anything on our opponent because we didn't know who our opponent was until 6 o'clock Sunday night. So when we found out, then we get on the phone and we get some tapes or DVDs sent to the hotel in Dayton. So by the time we practiced, we didn't even have our stuff on the team.
Right.
Yep. So it was tough, but we played different people. Arkansas Pine Bluff in the tournament. We played Alabama State the most, I think. And I think one year we played Jackson. We played Prairie View. We played Prairie View twice in the tournament. So, over the time that I was here and in the SWAC, that thing went around. We played Texas Southern. And like I told you, the only team, Alabama State came back and got an advantage on us. Alcorn State has a 1-game advantage on us. And then I think Jackson State had a three-game advantage. And I think everybody else, we had a winning record against them. So, it was very competitive in the SWAC. They had some veteran coaches. Good drive by Tucker. Good drive. Just couldn't finish. That's a strong drive. Did you see him use his body?
Yeah.
Yep. He used his body well on that drive.
Just over 7 minutes to play in this ball game. Bulldogs down by 5 right now. Inbounding is Garrett Hicks, leading the team in scoring as we speak. There's Tucker. Williams posting up one more time on the 7-1 big man.
Yeah, they got to swing the ball though. Now, see, Johnson couldn't make that pass, but he did a great job with his footwork, and he had an alley for him to pass the ball. He just didn't pull the trigger.
And Moss is going to slow it back down, gets it back over, and there is one more time. Ivy Smith Jr. of Grambling. They're going to dish it down low a bunch. I mean, that's Jackson. Excuse me, that's Devontae Jackson. They're going to wave off the shot.
Right, they're going to get a walk. They're going to get a walk. Coach Jackson wanted the body. He thought he was see, he's doing the signal over there. Coach Jackson said he bumping him. He bumping him. Yep. Good defense by Johnson. That's the difference between he and Wiley. He's got the weight. Wiley Wiley has the desire. Physically, that's a bad matchup for him.
Right. Johnson goes inside, gets the good pass, puts it up, and it's in. 42.
Good hook. So they got the 7-footer. They got the 7-footer and Jackson on the floor at the same time, see.
That's going to be an interesting tandem down low. Let's see how they're going to play this possession out.
But see, with the game on the line, you see who has the ball.
Oh.
Wow.
And Ivy Smith Jr. took a bad tumble.
Yeah, he bumped knees with somebody. He bumped knees with somebody on that play. It's good to see him get up because this guy has really he's poured his heart out in this SWAC.
Trying to walk it off as much as he can, and he's walking under his own power, but he is still he still looks to be in pain. Right,
but he's the guy, and coming down the stretch, Coach Howard talked about how Grambling likes to, put the game in his hands. And, with a player like that, you got to. That's just like when Lottie was here, when Obi Trotter was here. Those guys, you put the ball in their hands because they've proven time and time again.
Woo! Wow.
That's what I'm telling you, man. This kid can play now.
Ooh.
Coach Jackson's going to give him a break right now, though. I think he's going to take him off the floor. He's a tremendous talent, man.
Wow.
And what you just saw is what he's been doing as a freshman. I think he took a 30-second timeout, so I think they just want to check on him. But Coach Howard talked about Grambling putting the game in his hand, on late clock, and that's what they do.
Right.
You put it in his hands because you trust him.
Right.
You done coach the kid. This is his senior year. You know that he's going to try to make the right play. He doesn't turn the ball over that much. His assist-to-turnover ratio is pretty good. And he's finding his teammates because he's leading the SWAC in assists.
And we just saw the replay, actually. Our crew just put up the replay. We want to thank the crew. We want to thank Mr. Morins as well as the cameramen, the directors over here putting this production together. And what a shot. My goodness.
With the shot clock going down, and that's what you want. You want your best players making plays.
And they're going to keep Smith Jr. on the court right now, so.
Right. Think they're going to get. I think they gave that foul. Bunce got that foul because he was trying to keep EJ out the lane.
Right.
That's what I'm telling you. That's why you got to have him on the floor.
Drawing another foul back at the free throw line. EJ Williams yet again. Third trip tonight so far. 2 for 4 from the line right now. First attempt. It's up and it's good.
And I was trying to look at minutes played. This is the longest EJ has played in a while. He's already up to 27 minutes in this game. You can put together 2 games. Previously, he didn't have 27 minutes. But then again, sometimes as coaches, some players match up better against certain teams. And with him playing against people his size, this is a game for him.
He's been one of the most effective players on the court right now from either team.
Right.
As we speak. So he's putting up a pretty good stat line right now. He has 4 points on the night. Going on now, 9 rebounds, possibly 10 by the end of the night.
Right. And I told you in the first game he had a double-double against Grambling. Now they missed.
Oh, no.
No, but they missed Ivy Smith with a hook.
Moss misses the 3 from deep. Here's Brandon Miller. That's Hicks. He'll send it down low to Johnson. Back over to Hicks. From deep, Garrett Hicks a knockdown. So it's now 48-47.
Yep, good ball fake, and he shot it right in his face.
1 point game.
So Hicks is feeling it, and we need to feel him. We need to make sure he gets the basketball.
20 now for Garrett Hicks as we speak. Here's Garrett Hicks again with the board. Let's see.
See, somebody should have been screening for him so he can get a shot off.
Hicks, the pass. Tucker lost the handle on it.
Back to Hicks.
Another one for Garrett Hicks. He is on fire right now. 50-48.
Yep. Coach Jackson said, hey, that's enough of this. Give me a timeout. And that's what you got to have. But they got to look for him. I told you, when he gets rolling, man, he can put it down. We just got to learn how to find out the guys that have the hot hand. Right now, he's got the hot hand. If I were his teammates, nobody else on that floor should take a shot until he takes one.
50-48, Coach. Garrett Hicks now is 23 on the night.
Right, he's in the groove, and we need to keep him there.
He's feeling it.
Right, you need to play through him right now. So you play a two-man game between he and EJ, I think you can get something going.
9 of 14 from the field, 5 of 7 from deep. He's shooting 71% from the three-point line tonight. He is on fire.
And see, that's what Coach Jackson just not getting to his team because he and his assistants will huddle up. They're trying to figure, hey, what we going to do now? How we going to stop this? And that's what you do, and that's what makes the game of basketball so great. You got to be able to make in-game adjustments.
Right.
And with Hicks catching fire now, let's see what they've come up with.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, 4:36 to go in this contest. 50-48. The Bulldogs looking to get some momentum before heading out to Texas for their first-round matchup against Prairie View. And Garrett Hicks has caught the hot hand so far. And E.J. Williams playing a big factor as well. So let's see if they use that two-man duo a bit more often because he scored off a couple screens from Williams in this game.
Right. But all his teammates need to be looking for him and setting screens, getting him open.
4.5 minutes to play. Here's Ivy Smith Jr. one more time. Gets it back over, trying to move the ball around at the three-point line near half court. And
they're going to get Miller for that foul. He was a little too physical with that screen.
And Grambling will inbound.
Right, that's just our 16th foul, so they're not shooting yet.
But A&M, they're in the bonus.
Right. That's why we need to be aggressive with the back. Oh, back-to-back. Now you're going to put Smith at the line.
Wow. And our crowd doesn't like that call at all.
Yeah, he's trying to ask the official what did he do wrong, but he was a little too aggressive.
And here's Ivy Smith Jr. at the free throw line.
First time tonight. But he's a money player, so you expect him to walk up and knock him down. He's shooting right at 79%. Wow.
So far it's 13 points on the night right now. Make that 14 after both free throws go in.
Right. You don't want to see him on the free throw line now. He's almost shooting 80% from the free throw line.
Here's Hicks. Let's see what he'll do again. There's Williams. He's going to set him a screen. Yes, he will. Want to slow it down, trying to pass it back out. Nearly turned over. Down low to Williams. Tucker pumps once, goes up with the floater off the front rim, but he'll draw contact.
Right.
Timeout on the court right now. So, tied up at 50 apiece. 3:58 to go in this game.
And then you got Cameron Tucker going to the free throw line, and so far from the line tonight, Tucker is 1 for 1 from the free throw line, so he's got a little confidence. So hopefully he can put these down. But this is the under 4 timeout, so it's only 4 minutes, under 4 minutes left in this basketball game, and both teams now is whoever can make the best adjustment down the stretch. That's who's going to win this basketball game. You got Hicks going. You got a good thing going with EJ in the paint. So we got to try to figure out what's best for us on the offensive end. And then when you go to the other end, we got to keep them off the free throw line.
7 fouls to 8 right now. The Bulldogs with 7 fouls. The Gramblings committed 7 fouls. The Bulldogs have committed 8 so far in this game after those back-to-back fouls from Brandon Miller. So both teams in the bonus late here in this game. So we'll see whether or not free throw shooting could be one of the primary X factors for the win.
Right. Free throw, anytime there's a close game, free throw shooting is going to come into play. And that means that you need to have your best free throw shooters going to the line, and you have to do it game by game. Some of your best free throw shooters may not be shooting the ball well tonight. So you put the ball in the hands of the people that have already proven that they're putting the free throws down.
And they're going to keep EJ and Garrett Hicks on the floor as Tucker's at the free throw line shooting. Jalen Johnson's also in the game with Brandon Miller.
It was quiet in here. You could hear a rat walking on cotton in.
Walking on cotton.
Yeah, it was so quiet in here. But Tucker missed that one. But I'm hopeful and proud for he'll put this one down.
And that one will go, so it's now 51-50.
Right, and looked like, I thought we were going to extend our defense. So now you need to stop.
And there's Jackson with the ball. Goes up strong, was number 12, Kristen, rebounded by A&M, and here come the Bulldogs.
Right. See, right now with what Hicks has been doing, he needs to be off the ball. And they need to set a screen to get him open.
Williams, he's going to get it down low to Johnson, tipped away.
But see, that's not the play. That's not the play you need in a situation like this right now.
Going up strong is Williams, trying to defend, but Grambling will get the bucket to go. So 52-51.
Yep. They got that one in. The cheerleader blocked me out that time.
Here comes Hicks over to Tucker. Tucker's going to drive.
Good tip by Johnson.
And he'll get the putback, 53-52.
Right, that good energy player. Quick off his feet.
Driving is Smith Jr. Blocked by E.J. Williams at the rim. Here comes Hicks in transition over to Tucker. They're going to slow it back down. E.J. one more time being a factor in this game. Over to Hicks. E.J.'s going to set the screen for Hicks. Hicks trying to find the open man. Back to Johnson.
Yeah, E.J. got him. But see, Johnson is not the guy to make that pass. He's not the guy to make that pass.
53-52. EJ was beating him off the block, but the pass sale is just a bit too strong, a bit too high for Williams.
Yep.
There's Prince Moss still in the game.
And you're going to see Smith touch. They're going to try to take EJ. Good defense, EJ.
Moss, he'll get it up in time. Last touched by Alabama A&M. They're going to say Grambling will maintain possession.
Right, but they got to reset the shot. Yeah, shot clock should go to 20, not 30.
1:42 to go in this game.
They're going to check to see who knocked the ball out of bounds.
So let's see what will happen here. 53-52, Bulldogs up by a point with 1:42 to go in the ball game. And let's look at this right here. Last touch. They're going to, oh, that's close. That is really close. At first glance, you would have thought Edwards was the last person to touch it, but as we go back and look at this, let's see. So there's Edwards, number 11, and there's Johnson, number 5.
Yeah, but see, they're going to say that Johnson swung down. I think, well, it depends on what the call was. If they call Grambling's ball, I don't think you're going to have enough evidence to overturn it. I think it's going to stay with Grambling. And look like that's what they're doing. They're going to give Grambling the ball. It's just a 9. It's only 20 seconds on the shot clock because this is the rebound.
53-52, Bulldogs leading by a point right now, trying to get some momentum before senior night, Saturday night. Almost stolen from the inbounds, and here's Prince Moss.
Right now, our defense has been pretty solid. We just got to stay in front of them. And then, as you can see, Grambling is putting the ball in the hands of their best player. That's Ivy Smith. They expect him to make the play or make the best play. And they're going to get EJ, I think, for coming out, pushing. Yep. Yep, so that'll put Bunch at the free throw line.
Trevon Bunch. Oh, I'm sorry, that's Devontae Jackson.
Jackson, though, I thought that was.
Jackson so far kind of cold tonight, 4 points.
Right, so see, we've done a good job on him. And then that was his first free throw of the night, too.
And here's the second free throw attempt. Minute 28 to play in this game.
So this is going to come down to the wire.
Second one's up. It is in. So it's now 54-53 Grambling.
See, now we need to get a shot for Hicks. See, Hicks has not touched the ball now in terms of being in the position to shoot now.
Right. And he has 23 on the night.
Now what they've done, they have put a taller player on him, but they still have not. Get up, EJ. Good shot. Good shot.
And the finish. EJ Williams.
That's what the big guy's supposed to do. That's what the big guy's supposed to do.
55-54. EJ Williams answering back with a finish himself. Going to the free throw line for one more.
Yeah, that's big boy basketball. He's 4 out of 6 from the free throw line tonight, but they really need this one.
And there's Alford at the scorer's table getting ready to come back in. It's up and it's good, so it's now 56-54.
Whoa. They're taking EJ out on the defensive end.
So they've gone a bit smaller now. Their tallest player on the floor is now Jalen Johnson.
Wow.
Alford will check back into the game for the Bulldogs, though. 1 minute left in the game, up by 2. Here's Smith Jr., takes the screen, goes down for the, it's off the rim. Last touched by Grambling A&M basketball.
No, Coach Jackson asked them to check that. He's checking that. I thought EJ would be on the floor because he is controlling the glass. Maybe Coach didn't want him on the floor for the defense, but a rebound is still defense, and I thought he's your best rebounder tonight. But I see that they are putting him back on the floor for the offensive end because on the offensive end, even if he's not getting the ball,
right?
Even if he's not getting the ball, he's creating havoc down there.
Let's see. There's the alley-oop try. Going out of bounds.
I couldn't see it from there. That's not a good angle. I could not see that.
I'm assuming they're thinking.
Remember now, Grambling shot the ball.
Right.
So if it just goes out of bounds off a shot, it is our ball.
Right.
Yeah, and that's what they see. It is our ball. We up by 1 with 50 seconds to go. Grambling, they don't have to foul now because you're only down by 2.
Right. Oh, E.J. Williams tonight, like you said, he's been a force. 9 points tonight so far. He has a block with 2 assists and 10 rebounds, filling up the stat sheet.
Right. I hope he gets scores another point, because I really like to see the big guys with the double-doubles. And he can get it. They got Bunch on him. But I'm going to tell you who's not on the floor for Grambling, Jackson.
Oh, wow. Devontae Jackson isn't on the court. That's pretty surprising. One of their 2 leading scorers.
Right, but you did say that he has not been that effective tonight.
Only 6 points on the game so far.
And this should be Hicks and EJ. Bad pass.
It'll go out of bounds. They're going to say Grambling basketball.
And they're putting Johnson in. They're substituting offense for defense. They're going with a quicker player. And I guess his lineup is okay since Jackson's not on. Oh, he's back now.
Oh, boy.
Yep. Oh, but they took Bunch off. So Jackson replaced Bunch.
So they went smaller. Let's see. Both teams going a bit smaller. Final 20 seconds. Smith Jr. Screen set from Jackson. Smith Jr. going up strong. Passes out. The 3. And it's in by number 11. Kelton Edwards of Grambling with the 3 from deep. 57-56. 9.8 seconds left in the ball game.
But there's more than enough time for us to get to the basket. 9.8 seconds is more than enough time to get a shot off. And to be honest, tonight that ball will be in Hicks's hand.
He has 23 tonight so far, but he hasn't touched the ball for real at the latter stages of this game. So that hot hand might have cooled off just a tad.
Yep, but I'm talking about mindset.
Right.
He's got the right mindset for the ball. I'm looking at free throws. Oh, he's 0 for 1 from the free throw line tonight.
But he's shooting almost 80% on the season, so we'll see what Coach Howard will dial up. And
they put more time back on the clock. It's
so that's
10.2
a good sign.
now.
That's a good sign.
10.2 on the clock right now.
So now you have 10 seconds left.
Yeah, Coach Jackson trying to figure out how did you put more time on the clock.
Grambling knocking down a big 3.
And then I think we just call another timeout. But I really think I'll be trying to get this ball in Hicks' hands, because I think he'll be the one that can apply the most pressure, because they know that he's been shooting the Jays, and he's got enough time that he can take any kind of shot he wants.
57-56. Kelton Edwards knocking down a huge 3 from deep to get Grambling the lead.
And who assisted? Smith. You put the ball in the hands of your best player, and you let him make plays.
10.2 seconds left in this ball game. Bulldogs down by 1 here at Elmore Gymnasium.
Jackson is off the floor. Now they went back with Bunch.
They got Bunch on Williams, and he's waving his hands in Williams' face.
Yeah, he better be careful, because he can get a they can blow the whistle for that. Yep, Hicks has the ball.
Clock winding down, 5 seconds.
Let's set a screen.
4, 3, 2, trying to get the shot off. 1! At the last second, he got it. Jalen Johnson.
They got it.
With the putback off the missed air ball.
Yeah, a lot of times when you get the shot, the offensive rebound is the one that'll kill you, and that's what happened to Grambling.
Jalen Johnson. It was a missed air ball, and he's there in position. Garrett Hicks, here it is right here, gets the screen, trying to find the open man, trying to get a shot up. So he'll pass out of it. There's Alford there for the 3. Not a great shooter, but you have to put it up, and Johnson's there, and it's good.
Yeah, because the light doesn't go off until the ball hits the backboard, so there should not be any more time on the clock. And the basket is definitely good, because if the ball left his hands, you can see the red. You can see the red light. That's the purpose of that light being up there, so the officials can see. It's a good basket, yes.
And Alabama A&M They defeat the Grambling State Tigers. Final score, 58-57, and Jalen Johnson is a hero.
Good job, man.
Jalen Johnson is a hero here tonight on this night.
Yeah, you had veteran officials on the floor, so they made the right call. That group of officials, you see them in the Big Ten, you see them in the ACC.
Right.
And they've called games this weekend. So when I drove up and I ran into Mike out there, I said, man, I just saw you last night. So he flew in here for this game tonight. And I tell you what, man, that's a great game. We did not give up. And we did what it took to win this basketball game. And hopefully we'll get Coach Howard up here to talk about this game. And I hope these stats come up since they're not bringing them to us.
What a way to end this ball game. Garrett Hicks with the hot hand, Jalen Johnson with the putback finish to win in the last seconds. Wow, what a way to end this game. What a way to come back home to Alabama after that Texas road trip just last weekend. And everyone is excited. They're dancing, we're dancing, we're excited, we're pumped up. And here is the man himself, head coach Dylan Howard. Coach, how you doing?
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
All right. Well, it's about time we get a ball bounce our way.
Yep, Coach, that was a great game. And going down the stretch, I saw that you were substituting offense for defense using EJ and Johnson. And then here Johnson is, he comes up with the big offensive rebound. Because a lot of times when you take that shot, it's not the shot that you better be worried about. You better be worried about that doggone rebound.
That's right. I'm glad he just had a sense to be right there and then just go up with it real quick.
Right.
I mean, that was absolutely huge.
Coach, you had a big game out of Garrett Hicks tonight. He shot the basketball well. And then one of the things that you talked about before the game, you thought that EJ's presence would be a big difference in this game. And it was, because he played more minutes tonight than he probably did in the last 3 games combined. And, Coach, when he was not scoring, he did what a big man's supposed to do. He was drawing fouls.
Exactly.
Right.
And that's what we told him, because they're shot blockers. Those are 2 of the best shot blockers in the league, and they always want to block shots.
Right.
So we just told him, get in there, give them that shot fake. They'll go flying, and he'll be at the line all night. And we finally played a team where we could play him some minutes, because usually the 5-man in our conference is a lot faster and a lot quicker.
Right. So you did a good job of mixing and matching the squad tonight. You got a great win, and I mean, Hicks was unbelievable. You know, he hit the threes at the 4-minute mark, and that gave us a lot of momentum. And then, of course, your defense helped bring this game out, and you won the game because you did a great job on the glass.
Yes, we did, and we kept telling them that's going to be a key. If we could limit them to one and done and grab that rebound, get it out and transition a little bit, we were able to do that, and we knew somebody had to step up tonight and hit shots, because for most of the game they were in that zone, and Hicks did a great job of knocking down shots.
Right, and then we talked about having some momentum going into, we needed momentum this weekend to get ready to go back out to Texas. So we got the first part of this. Now they're not going to have our guys are not going to have a long time to celebrate, because now we got to get ready for Jackson State.
I mean, that's right. And what I've been doing, we've only been going probably about 40 minutes. That's it. We would come in, get up shots for 15 minutes, and then the rest of the time is just a scouting report going over what they do for about 30 minutes, and then that's it.
Right.
We've got to save our legs, because down the stretch we know it's going to be tough going back out to Texas.
Right, and that's a big road trip for us. But right now we got to get ready for Jackson State first. They're one of the better defensive teams in the league. They play physical. But right now I think our kids are in the right mind. They have the right mindset, because we were aggressive on the offensive end. We were aggressive on the defensive end. And, Coach, when that happens, good things happen for us.
Well, one of the things with our kids, these young guys, they're hungry. They love playing basketball. You know, a lot of times this time of the year, some players are ready to get it over with. No, they want to keep playing, and we know Jackson State is going to come in here hungry because we got them down there. But EJ, once again, the big fella EJ had a huge game down there.
Right, and so we're going to be counting on him and the others on Monday night.
Yes, sir.
Yep.
And we can't wait. I'm so proud of these guys and what they bring to the table. And obviously, Saturday is going to be a special night anyway because we want to send out Evan the correct way. We want to send out TJ the correct way. And even Walt, who's injured, but Walt's part of this team.
Right.
And those are the seniors we want to send out the right way.
Right, I forgot about Walt. I said earlier that we only had 2 seniors, but you're right. Walt, who's been out for quite some time, is also a senior.
And trust me, Walt was just coming into his own. We miss his athleticism, his length, and his defense. Oh, boy.
Yeah. Those are the things we'll be looking for. What will you be looking for on Saturday night?
It's going to be exciting. It's senior night. It's the final home game of the season. It's the final game of the regular season before the SWAC tournament next Tuesday, Coach. It's going to be an interesting way to send out our seniors knowing that they have a chance to win a SWAC championship.
I know, and it's been a while since we even qualified for the SWAC tournament. So the guys, they know what a big deal this really is. And like I said, they've approached every practice like a business.
Right.
You know, they come in and they work hard, and they deserve this. So I'm so proud of these guys.
Well, we want to thank you for joining us, Coach. What a win in the last second. What a win to close out Thursday night, a very odd game, Thursday night game.
Yes.
Not usual, but you got the win. You got the job done. Good job, Coach, once again on the win.
Well, I'm going to tell the commissioner, let's switch to Thursday, Saturday. We need to play some Thursday games.
Right, because you did a great job. EJ had 9 points, 9 rebounds. Hicks had 23 points. So, if you can get that out of the big guy on Saturday night, I think we'll be okay.
And just his defensive presence.
Right,
that big body walling up. That was huge.
And I saw that you hurried up and got him back on the floor when Bunch, they threw one across the top.
Yes.
And I told him, I said, now, if EJ was in the game, that wouldn't have happened.
Yep.
Because EJ would have kept him bodied up, and he wouldn't be flying around like that. And he never touched another ball once EJ came on that floor.
No, he was huge tonight.
Right,
huge.
Right.
Yes.
Good job, Coach. Congratulations, man.
Thank you. Appreciate y'all.
All right, man.
All right.
Well, that's Coach Dylan Howard. We want to thank him for taking time out to come and talk with us. Well, we saw some great basketball tonight.
Yes, sir, we did. We saw some really great basketball, and Jalen Johnson, everyone's going to be talking about that on campus. What a way to get some momentum before Jackson State, and you get some needed momentum knowing that you held another team who puts up a lot of points to just 57 in this game right here. So this is very needed. As you said, momentum is everything going towards the postseason, and no matter what your seed is, you're in the tournament. You have a shot at a championship and a shot at an NCAA tournament berth.
Right. Our kids should feel pretty good about themselves. Like I said, it's going to be a short turnaround. You're going to have practice tomorrow afternoon because tomorrow night's left for Jackson to come in here. And then you got to get ready to play a very tough team.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, we want to thank you for witnessing that exciting ending to this exciting basketball game. Reginald Reese, the man, the myth, the legend, head coach, Van Petaway on color commentary. We'll be back with you Saturday, final regular season game of the season, A&M versus Jackson State, senior night.
Looking forward to it.
All right, y'all have a safe night. Have a blessed evening. We'll see you in a couple of days.